Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jaco with Unleashing Intuition Secrets. So here in beautiful, I'll say California. I don't want to give away my location, so sometimes I get crazies. But we were at a very interesting mastermind group. David Meltzer. Looks like we're going to be collaborating on LifeWave and so forth. So we'll talk more about that soon. But I've never been to a mastermind group that everyone in the room was like in the love vibration. All right. Everybody was talking about it. It's unbelievable. So, really good day, really good group of people, fascinating stories told and heard by all. And so I'll be sharing more about that in the near future. So it could be seen, LifeWave going to another level again, being shared with a larger and larger audience. So very interesting times, very exciting times, as we're going to see in the future. So the next cold front that's coming is going to be brutal, right? So we've already seen some brutal activity from the, all these waves of Arctic air coming all the way down to the southern areas of United States, and might get some flurries in Tampa, Florida. How about that? And I was predicting that, I thought it would come sooner, but I was predicting this a couple of years ago, actually. So let's look at a little piece of this from Ryan Hall, y'all, and get a little bit insight of what's coming. Bomb cyclone. Wow.
Signal is growing for a major East Coast storm. Are you guys ready? Let's get right into talking about it. Here we go. Here's that big day 4 winter storms outlook, which covers an area from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, up to Charlotte, up to Beckley, West Virginia, all the way through the I-95 corridor between Washington, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York, up to Providence. Boston, you're not covered here, but you'll be in the day 5 outlook. This is also covering an area from Raleigh to Virginia Beach to Richmond, which is actually the highest confidence area right now. I would actually maybe upgrade this spot to a 30% in the next outlook. Yeah, we've got a potentially pretty big snowmaker on the way. Here's what we're looking at for Sunday into Monday on the day 5 outlook. We're still highlighting an area along the coast, but this time we're including Boston, most of the state of New Hampshire, and all of Maine. And then you can see that there is a 30% area hiding out here in Nova Scotia. That might expand down to the west as we go forward. All right, let's talk about this setup. First of all, we are going to continue to have cold air locked in place here from the northern plains down into the Ohio Valley, through the Great Lakes, and into the Northeast. This is why the storm is going to be able to exist. We have a lot of cold air in place. Additionally, over the next few days, we're going to have somewhat of an atmospheric river up here in the Pacific Northwest.
All right, so the beginnings of those atmospheric rivers coming back to the West Coast. Right. So you guys might remember I predicted there were going to be many of them. We've not had many. We've had several, but I think we still have several to go. All right. So I think we're going to probably see some cold weather reinvest into the Pacific Northwest, and then it will start to filter down, and we'll get some more of these atmospheric rivers come in, and lots more snow dump, because we need the snow up here or up there. I'm down in the south now, where that snow basically accumulates and then melts nice and slow, and feeds all the tributaries, keeps everything full and very wet, and we need the wetness, right? So I saw it, as I'm I won't say that I'm skeptical, but it is getting a little bit later in the season, so we'll see what's going to happen with this snow as we move forward as far as the Northwest, right?
On just the East Coast, where we have weather happening in Washington and Oregon, we're going to have a moderate atmospheric river situation taking place up there. But let me scroll back and show you the two pieces of energy that are linking together. You can see this clipper here very faintly coming across the Great Lakes down into St. Louis on Friday around 4 a.m. We might have some flurries in St. Louis down to Jonesboro, Arkansas, and we might have some thunderstorms out here over the Gulf. And then all that energy is going to link together. It's going to start bringing the cold air very very far south. That 540 line goes past New Orleans on Saturday at 7 a.m. We could have snow breaking out all the way back beyond Nashville over here to the Mississippi River again. It'll be light snow, and the heavy snow is going to start breaking out over here in the North Carolina area, potentially around 7 a.m. on Saturday. And notice how everything just kind of blows up as our low pressure center here could potentially drop 24 millibars in 24 hours, making it a bomb cyclone. A lot of people are saying that that's a hype phrase, and it kind of is, but it's real. Like, it's an actual scientific term. Like, a cyclone that undergoes bombogenesis is a bomb cyclone. I mean, I'm sorry. It's what it is. I don't make the daggone words here, son. And then as you can see here, we could potentially have a 978 millibar low pressure center on February 1st around 7 a.m. And the lower that pressure gets, the more intense the snow is going to be on the backside and the stronger the winds are. I mean, we're going to be talking about an actual...
All right, so we're going to see a lot more weather coming in for the East Coast, and it's going to potentially turn into a bomb cyclone, which will really kick those numbers up into the feet or more. So we're very, we're in that cycle that I've been talking about for years, where it's going to get colder and colder and colder, and moving that direction. It's crazy times for all of those that haven't been paying attention. Didn't realize this was coming, but here it is. Now you guys know, at least you guys that are paying attention. So let's look at the next one. A little bit talking about the Florida potential flurries. So this is Weatherman Plus.
We have new impacts and chances for some Gulf effect snow to happen over here for portions of Florida, maybe even going all the way into Tampa. Now, this will not add up to a lot, but you could see some flurries as you get these cold temperatures going across to warmer waters. Now, as far as the snowfall for the next 72 hours, this is not the full forecast. This is only 72 hours. It will raise up to more impacts. But you can see over here for portions of Georgia, you're going to see a little bit. All the way from South Carolina towards Virginia is where it starts to get really.
All right, so really starting to kick up again. You guys have been hit on the East Coast with all this cold weather, unusually cold, record-setting snows. You're going to get a little bit more, right? And this is the way it's going to be into the future, because that's the way things are rolling, right? All the lies that we've been told by these evildoers, Al Gore, inconvenient lies, right, that he told. He said that there wouldn't be any more snow at this point. He's actually long ago. We shouldn't have been having any more snow. Melting of the glaciers, all kind of crazy stuff. A lot of us, believed his pseudoscience, but that's what it was. It was pseudo. It was lies. It was bullshit. And it was to control the consciousness of humanity and move us into Green New Deal, where they're going to make tremendous amounts of money, trillions and trillions of dollars, stealing our money. And all those businesses that they started, Green New Deal, green energy and all that kind of stuff, that went bankrupt with billions and billions of dollars. Thank you, Obama. So all of these people that basically stole our money, they need to be arrested. And now a lot of us, as we're seeing now, a lot of us are going to freeze and have a lot of problems because they lied to us. They pushed us in the wrong direction. We should have been building up power plants and so forth for the coming cold. And they're lying to us about global warming coming, right? So just these criminals are just so disgusting to me. Just like I did with COVID, tried to warn everybody that this was all bullshit. And sometimes we don't find out, or most people don't find out till they're in it and deep in the snow that shouldn't be there, right? So let's look at some other things that are going on. There's going to be arrest. Tom Homan is talking about, massive arrests that are coming, and they're not going to stop. They're just going to start. They're going to start arresting. I said this 2 days ago. They just need to go in, and whoever's like impeding, yes, you can, there's free speech. Yes, there's freedom of protest, but there is not. You cannot impede law enforcement or federal officers from doing their job, trying to save the communities from Somali warlords and criminals. And this is coming up. So Ilhan Omar supposedly had someone spray her with some kind of toxic chemical or something like that. Now we're finding out that was a setup and it's bullshit. Right. So more and more of this stuff, and President Trump is calling again for her to be deported. I don't think she should be deported. I think she should be tried for all the money she stole. All right. So they're coming up with even higher numbers. It was 30 million. I think it's up to $50 million now. Where did that money come from? That money needs to be returned to the American people. It was stolen from American people. So don't send her back to Somalia. She go back there and live like a queen, with all that money. I don't agree with that. All right. So whatever happens. But here's Stephen Gardner, just exposed, Waltz on another level. And so this is an interesting one here. Let's listen to this just for a sec and get some more insights of what's going on there in Minneapolis.
Question for you. Lots going on in the state of Minnesota. I know that you are with Wisconsin, but according to the New York Post, St. Paul Police Federation President Mark Ross argued that if Governor Walz had allowed local police to work with ICE versus against ICE, we could have avoided all of the protests, the damage, the deaths. Why do you think the governor?
So the governor, as we know, and the mayor were stopping the police force. They wanted to do away with the police force. Remember, after the George Floyd riot, they wanted to just do away with all the police force. And they definitely came in and downsize the police force, because that would allow them to do more criminal activity if they don't have the same size police force. And that's what they did. So during that time, over the last 5 years or so, we have had congressmen and women that have come forward and said, hey, we got a lot of fraud going on here. So they took away and they just ignored it. And those people that spoke up, they, went after them, lots of crazy stuff that's going on there. And it's being exposed. So imagine all of these people having been exposed all the way back then. How many billions of dollars would have been saved? And the people of Wisconsin wouldn't have all their money stolen, or Minnesota wouldn't have all their money stolen, and all that money could have gone into programs that would have benefited them. It's not probably ever going to be returned. It's probably all gone.
And the mayor were working so hard to create chaos in their own city. Could it have something to do with the fraud, shifting the blame from the Somali community over onto ICE? Your thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, they're radical leftists, but I'm glad to hear there's.
So Senator Ron Johnson doesn't pull any punches. He was the same way during COVID. He was trying to expose the COVID lie very early on. Of course, he got shut down. Now he's not going to be shut down. So he's really exposing, and he's coming hard at the criminality that's going on. And I was in a show last night. You'll see it on my channel probably Friday with Sheila Holm. The military group got together, and we had Sheila Holm on there, and on John Michael's site. And so I think that we're going to have some very good turnouts in a lot of cities of criminals that are going to burn these cities. Like Minnesota has been spared, I think. Will they be able to spare the other 14 or 15 cities that are, in the window of being destroyed? Remains to be seen. But Minneapolis, I think, has been saved. We'll see.
Sandy, Minnesota. I still have siblings that live in Minnesota. They are appalled by what's happening there. But step back. The reason those tragedies occurred in Minnesota, the reason that Laken Riley and Rachel Morin are dead, and many, 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 many more victims of crime committed by illegal immigrants, is because of the Democrats' open border policy, where they've allowed millions of people, and including those millions are rapists and murderers and human drug and sex traffickers. And the left creates a condition. They encouraged, they incentivized, they incited these protesters.
All right. Somebody in the chat said they're starting in Philly. They're also starting in Oregon, probably Portland. I just saw a thing that Oregon, they were starting to, riot in Oregon. I haven't looked at it yet. I've been, masterminding today. And so somebody came into my chat on X and said that that'll never happen in Philly. And I was like, what do you know? Because I strongly feel that it's going to happen in Philly. And now you're saying in the chat that it is happening in Philly. I think Philly is one of the cities that basically gets destroyed, but we'll see. Maybe Minneapolis won't be destroyed. So it remains to be seen.
Renee and Alex would be alive today had they not listened to these leaders that urged them to go and get in ICE's face to obstruct federal law enforcement from carrying out what the American people said they wanted. They wanted secure borders, and they wanted to deport those people who came to this country illegally. That's what the 2024 election was about. Democrats simply wouldn't recognize that reality, and as a result, you have dozens, probably hundreds of people dead, raped, again, victims of sex, human, and drug trafficking. And now you have these two martyrs of the left who unfortunately listen to their leaders and obstructed justice and paid for it with their lives.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. And
all right, so we would think that the Texas Republic would never have problems like this, but I'm very skeptical, guys. I'm very skeptical. Dallas, I've been to Dallas many times. I think Dallas could possibly end up being a problem area, right? So Houston and of course Aspen, or not Aspen. What's the other city? Anyway, so there's KDSE in there. What's the capital of Texas? Jeez, my head's in a different place. So I think there's going to be several cities that we would Austin. Yes, thank you. So Austin is it was back during George Floyd, and I know that I was saying that Austin was going to be a target, and then I got contacted by some insiders who said, "Don't worry, we're going to make sure Austin doesn't get riots, George Floyd type riots." And it was hit and miss there in Austin for a little bit, but they did come in and basically clean up. I heard from there were people that come in and basically took down a lot of people that were going to do rioting. So you people of Texas, you need to be heads up. I know they're coming after Texas. Who came in and did the 9/11 attacks? Islamists, right? And even before that, Islamists. There's lots of information that the CIA basically covered up the attacks so that they could happen. Right? And I'm going to get more people on. I've already had, people on talking about that John Brennan, treason. So John Brennan basically makes sure, because he had control of all of the information that was coming about terrorists. And so he controlled it without giving information to the FBI. So it went down. Now we know there's a lot of suspect stuff there with 9/11. All right. CGI, no planes really flying into the buildings, demolitions inside the buildings, all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'm not saying that, those were terrorists that did that. I'm saying that they were also involved, and maybe they got on the planes after they, created these terrorists, made way for these terrorists. These terrorists got on the planes, and then they flew those planes somewhere else while, the CGI went into the buildings. All right. And then they made these terrorists, or real terrorists, responsible. It's like, look, these terrorists, flew the planes in and blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. All right. So doesn't mean that those terrorists weren't there. I believe they were. Just like I've said that a lot of disinformation is going out from both sides. Right? Disinformation is just we're at disinformation war, going back and forth on both sides. All right, it being exposed. The other side exposing all kinds of crazy stuff. This is an information war, not just a kinetic war, which we're seeing just now starting in Minneapolis, right? And it looks like it's getting ready because they're focused on Minneapolis. Everyone's focused on Minneapolis. Imagine I would do this, and because I'm talking this, I'm probably revealing that this is about to happen because I've seen this happen all over the Middle East. They would focus on one area. Everybody's focused on that. And then boom, 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 all over the Middle East. Right? Boom, 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 boom. Terrorist attack, terrorist attack, terrorist attack. All right. So more U.S. cities are going to get hit, guys. It's a given. So you guys down in Texas, you got a lot of Islamists down there, a lot. And they're trying to take over your state. So you have to be really heads up down there in Texas. Governor Abbott has let those guys slide in there, I believe. All right. So that boy needs to be removed. All right. You need a new governor that's going to do the right thing. So you got some good people running. Get some real good people running. So I've had one of them on my show. We'll probably do some more shows with them. But you guys in Texas, you got to be heads up. I've been feeling it, and I got some other people that are in Texas that are feeling it too. So just a heads up down there, guys. I don't want to see my Texas bros and gals get hammered. All right. You guys got to be really, really heads up down there because they're coming for you. All right. So we're going to see this all over the country. In the meantime, we're seeing a collapse. And we're seeing a collapse in we've seen other people talk about this. Like I said, we had a lot of people on our show last night. You won't see it till Friday, but we had a lot of people on our show who were talking about these attacks are coming. It's time. We'll see the collapse of the economic system. Of course, Sheila Holmes talking about 14 cities are going to get hit. So you got an economic collapse that's coming. The banksters basically they got to go. Federal Reserve goes. IRS goes. All these things, we want these things to go, but there's going to be some pain before the new system cranks up. And everybody, gets Nassar Jassar type situation. It won't be exactly like that, but it'll be, people are going to get the money that has been stolen from us. So the people in Wisconsin, they're going to get their money back. Minneapolis, they're going to get their money back. I think that's going to get returned. All right. So in the meantime, the criminals have to be taken out because if they're still here and the good money starts to get distributed to good people, they're going to take advantage of them. So we have to go through this pain cycle. Not for all of us. If you guys have been investing in silver, you're very happy right now, aren't you? Yes. It's not too late. It's not too late. But as far as like the amount of money profit that you can make is starting to, get tighter and tighter, but there's still a massive opportunity. I think 400% returns on silver this year are not out of the question. I think it's like maybe there'll be more. All right. So maybe there'll be more returns. It could be one of those times that I'm wrong on, the high end that I'm pushing, which has been hit. All right. So let's look at what's going on. So in China today, they halted silver trading, halted it. Recent trading in China's only pure play silver fund was briefly halted due to overwhelming demand and concerns about unsustainable price premiums. Now, you guys know that I've said that we're probably going to get to the place where silver will be unobtainium, right? You won't be able to get it. All the silver shops will be out, right? The price of silver is rising so rapidly they had to halt trading in China. China's precious metals frenzy sparks protest as risk grows. Why China's only silver fund halted trading, what it means. China's silver fund halts trading as frenzy drives up premium. So their premium, I think right now is 127. We're still down around, let me see, I think we hit 120 a little while ago. Yes, that's U.S. futures trading silver. Hit 120. Let me see, is it still the same? Yeah, pull back a little bit. So it hit, well, not 120, it hit 119 and 51. So you guys might remember my high end for this week was 125. Is Mike going to be wrong for the first time? Well, not the first time. I've been wrong several times. I'm still a little bit human, although God does help me out quite a bit. But sometimes he doesn't give me names like Austin. So I don't know. So, so I'm still, as human as I can be with all this God energy streaming through me. So hopefully I'm helping a lot of you. Now, gold, I think right now it's 5,500. What the heck happened? All right, it just blew up. So I think it hit the high was probably, yep, right there, 5,600 on gold. So unbelievable numbers. Platinum up records, palladium up in records, Bitcoin pulling back still, no profits in Bitcoin. So if you're in the miners, you're happy with me too, because I recommended miners. All right, SIL-J, SIL, GDX, GDXJ, SBSW, all of them, since I got into them, are way over 50%. And I haven't been in them long. It's like 6 weeks or something. I started talking about it and I got into it. So you have over 50% profit if you're into the miners. Now, miners, you're like, the miners are sometimes they don't go up as much as silver. So you look at silver right now, it's up 3.6%, and the miners are only up like 1%, 1.5%. Well, they go up when silver pulls back still, a lot of times, but they're going to go up a lot more. So when I said silver be unobtainium, you will be able to still invest in the ETFs, right? So these are all ETFs, electronic traded funds. And the miners. So the miners are going to continue to give you really good returns. Here's platinum. Like I said, platinum, hitting all-time highs yesterday. A little bit of a pullback, I guess, in the futures trading right now. But yesterday or today, I don't know. It looks like today. So today it looks like it hit 27.62, somewhere around in there. So that's an all-time high for it. So platinum, all the precious metals basically blowing up. The miners blowing up. So you need to be in them. And that's, why do you want to be in them? Because they're going to give you great returns and help you survive. As this is God's money. God wants you to be successful so that when, times get tough, you're able to survive, and not only survive, thrive, right? And this is what I used to, when I taught the, survival courses and tracking survival, spirituality, remote viewing, all that kind of stuff. You don't want to, if things get really bad, you don't want to survive. You want to thrive. So that should be your mentality. So your mentality going forward is you're going to thrive, right? Keep that in your mind. In your mind, you will attract. You will attract that. That's the way this universe works, guys. All right. I've been teaching this for a long time. I know a lot of you guys have it. So that's fantastic. You're saying 400 end of 2026, 100% Jaco. I'm saying 500 end of 2026. So that's just like the last time we had an explosion in silver prices. Same time frame. It went up 409%. So we're in that window to have the same type of returns, or maybe even greater, right? Because silver is on fire like never before in history. Its demand is like never before in history. It had a cup and handle pattern that was like 45 years in the making. Nothing has been like that ever, All right. So you're going to see silver like explode, and it's still not too late to get in. So you get silver right now, like 100, 115, and you get it at 515, and the end of the year, potentially, all right, maybe less, maybe more. So you have to be, flexible. A lot of you guys have invested in things that are a lot more squirrely. I invested in XRP. It was like, I don't know why. I had a dream. It's like, get in everything in XRP. I was like, what am I doing? And it blew up. And then I was like, okay, that's it. That's it, gang. Now put it in silver. So if you'd put it in silver when I told you to, you'd have not only the 500% gains that you had in XRP, but you'd also have another 200 and going on another 400. All right. So it's definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity, a once in a multi-generational opportunity, and God wants you to be part of it. All right. So don't hesitate, guys. If you got, funds and that you're invested in the stock market, you need to have some of that in gold or silver or both. All right. So, Dr. Kirk Elliott, it's down in the description box, KEPM.com. Tell them Jaco sent you, and they'll hook you up. All right. Free consultation. So if you're not in it yet, shame on you. You've been missing out. You're going to miss out even more going forward, I believe. All right. And those of you that have been investing, you love me, don't you? Yeah, I love you too. I love you back. All right. So God is with you. If you're, thinking of silver, get in it. That's God's money, and he'll take care of you. All right, guys. I think that this crazy weather, crazy earthquakes, crazy tsunamis are going to get more intense. Weather craziness. We'll see probably this cold weather last for many of you well into spring, maybe all the way through spring. I said we wouldn't see a spring for some areas last year, and that's what happened. All right. So we may even see it go into summer this time. All right. So you have to be ready for this because, that's where we're moving. The lies that these guys told you, you're going to have to be very flexible in that going forward. So hopefully you're staying, warm. Send love all those people and all those animals, all those plants that need that love right now, and those environments that are getting hammered right now. I guess some places we're starting to see flowering going on, budding, and now that's all frozen away. That's super sad because those trees, once they get hammered like that, sometimes they die off. If they're fruit bearing trees, they're screwed. So flower bearing, whatever, it's really tough. So we're going to get this back and forth in the weather going forward. Some of you guys are going to be like, Mike, you don't even know what you're talking about. It's like super warm now, wherever you're at. And then it turns, right? So you're going to get extremes in temperatures, extremes in earthquake activity, and extremes in volcanic activity, and extremes in tsunami activity. So it's going to be extreme. And you're going to get extremes in silver and gold. All right. So trust your intuition. Your intuition is your connection to God's source, and you're not in that intuition if you're not in love, right? If you're fearful, if you're listening to me and you're all like, I gotta get in silver. Oh, that's probably still going to help you out, but you might make some bad calls. You might sell something you shouldn't be selling. I don't know. So trust your intuition, stay in the love vibration, and we'll see you guys next time.